Okay, so part two. You have already figured out your tasks. You've already recorded videos and had your virtual assistant create standard operating procedures. How do you make sure you guys are both on the same page? How do you make sure you're not tripping over each other and getting the most efficient work process possible? The very best way to do that is to implement a project management system. So whether that is Trello or Basecamp or Nifty, whatever, it doesn't matter what you use, but you need a central hub where all of the tasks are being put in and everybody can go in and look and see, okay, Michelle was working on this, Tonnete was working on this, Noriel was working on this, and we all have our deadlines so we know where each of us are at. Here's a perfect example. So I'm in the process of building another website out. And I needed to be able to let Noriel know, okay, great, this is what we're working on for the next 2 weeks. And so what I did was I went through and I created all the pages that I need him to write website copy for. And so I went through and I labeled the niche and then also the sub niche where we need a page for each specific sub niche. And I said, okay, Noriel, I need 1,000 words on each one. So the very first page, the services page, is going to be 1,000 words, and it's basically just going to be a very high level overview of each subpage. Then I need you to go through and I need you to create 1,000-word article web content for each one of these sub niches, and that's going to go on our page. Now, this one doesn't have an exact deadline, but if it did, I would tell him, okay, I need this by December 23rd or January 10th or whatever that date is. I send an email out with all of that information so he knows what he's working on for the next 2 weeks. I also CC Tonnete on that. And what Tonnete does is she then goes into our project management system, which we use Nifty, doesn't matter, and she'll go in and she'll assign all those tasks, who they're going to, and what the due date is. And so then what happens is at the end of the day, Noriel sends an email to both myself and Tonnete, and he answers 3 very important questions. The first question is, what did you accomplish? So that Tonnete knows and she can go in and she can update the project management system. Okay, great, this is what Noriel got done, this is what still needs done. The second question that he answers is, what problems did you run into? Did you run into problems with research? Did you have a power outage? Whatever it is. And then the third one is, what do you need from myself or Tonnete so that you can be successful? And by implementing both a project management system and an end of day email, we are both on exactly the same page. We know exactly what needs to be done. We know exactly where everybody is in the process. And I know what I need to get to Noriel so that he can continue working without me having to micromanage him. And by doing that, it is very, very easy for him to work daytime for him, which is nighttime for me. And so we actually work opposite shifts, but it is 0 issues because I've already set up what I need him to work on for the next 2 weeks. And so he's never sitting there twiddling his thumbs. There's always a backlog of tasks. And so my job is to be thinking 2-3 weeks ahead. Okay, great. What do we need? And then sending that email, letting Tonnete put that in the project management, and letting Noriel take off and run with those. So if you can do those 2 things and think ahead, you will not have to micromanage. You will be amazed by the output, and you will be extremely happy with how efficient your VA is. See you guys in the next video.